The Trevi Fountain is a fountain in the Trevi district in Rome, Italy, designed by Italian architect Nicola Salvi and completed by Pietro Bracci. Standing 26.3 meters high and 49.15 meters wide, it is the largest Baroque fountain in the city and one of the most famous fountains in the world. The fountain has appeared in several notable films, including Federico Fellini's La Dolce Vita, History Before 1629. The fountain at the junction of three roads marks the terminal point of the modern Archivogen, the revived Aqua Virgo, one of the aqueducts that supplied water to ancient Rome. In 19 BC, supposedly with the help of a virgin, Roman technicians located a source of pure water some 13 kilometers from the city. However, the eventual indirect route of the aqueduct made its length some 22 kilometers. This Aqua Virgo led the water into the baths of Agrippa. It served Rome for more than 400 years. Legend holds that in 19 BC thirsty Roman soldiers were guided by a young girl to a source of pure water 13 kilometers from the city of Rome. The discovery of the source led Augustus to commission the construction of a 22-kilometer aqueduct leading into the city, which was named Aqua Virgo, or Virgin Waters, in honor of the legendary young girl. The aqueduct served the hot baths of Agrippa and Rome for over 400 years. Commission, construction, and design. In 1629, Pope Urban VIII, finding the earlier fountain insufficiently dramatic, asked Gian Lorenzo Bernini to sketch possible renovations. But the project was abandoned when the Pope died. Though Bernini's project was never constructed, there are many Bernini touches in the fountain as it exists today. An early, influential model by Pietro da Cortona, preserved in the Albertina, Vienna, also exists, as do various early 18th century sketches, most unsigned, as well as a project attributed to Nicola Machetti, one attributed to Ferdinando Fuga, and a French design by Edme Bouchardon. Competitions had become the rage during the Baroque era to design buildings, fountains, and even the Spanish Steps. In 1730, Pope Clement XII organized a contest in which Nicola Salvi initially lost to Alessandro Galilei, but due to the outcry in Rome over the fact that a Florentine won, Salvi was awarded the commission anyway. Work began in 1732 and the fountain was completed in 1762, long after Salvi's death, when Pietro Bracci's Usianus was set in the central niche. Salvi died in 1751 with his work half finished, but he had made sure a stubborn barber's unsightly sign would not spoil the ensemble, hiding it behind a sculpted vase, called by Romans the Asso di Coppa, the Ace of Cups. The Trevi Fountain was finished in 1762 by Giuseppe Pagnini, who substituted the present allegories for planned sculptures of Agrippa and Trivia, the Roman Virgin. It was officially opened and inaugurated on May 22 by Pope Clemens XIII. It remains one of the most historical cultural landmarks in Rome. The majority of the piece is made from travertine stone, quarried near Tivoli, about 35 kilometers east of Rome. Restoration. The fountain was refurbished in 1998, the stonework was scrubbed and all cracks and other areas of deterioration were repaired by skilled artisans, and the fountain was equipped with recirculating pumps. In January 2013, it was announced that the Italian fashion company Fendi would sponsor a 20-month €2.2 million restoration of the fountain. It will be the most thorough restoration in the fountain's history. Restoration work began in June 2014 and was completed in November 2015. The fountain was reopened with an official ceremony on the evening of November 3, 2015. The restoration included the installation of more than 100 LED lights to improve the nighttime illumination of the fountain. Iconography. The backdrop for the fountain is the Palazzo Poli, given a new facade with a giant order of Corinthian pilasters that link the two main stories. Taming of the waters is the theme of the gigantic scheme that tumbles forward, mixing water and rockwork, and filling the small square. Triton's guide Oceanus a shell chariot, taming hippocamps. In the center a robustly modeled triumphal arch is superimposed on the palazzo facade. The center niche or exedra framing Oceanus has freestanding columns for maximal light and shade. In the niches flanking Oceanus, Abundance spills water from her urn and Salubrity holds a cup from which a snake drinks. Above, bas-reliefs illustrate the Roman origin of the aqueducts. The tritons and horses provide symmetrical balance, with the maximum contrast in their mood and poses. Coin-throwing coins are purportedly meant to be thrown using the right hand over the left shoulder. This was the theme of 1954's Three Coins in the Fountain and the Academy Award-winning song by that name which introduced the picture. An estimated €3,000 are thrown into the fountain each day. The money has been used to subsidize a supermarket for alms needy. However, there are regular attempts to steal coins from the fountain. In popular culture, the Trevi Fountain is featured in Respir's symphonic pictures Fontaine di Roma, and was the setting for an iconic scene in Federico Fellini's film La Dolce Vita starring Anita Ekberg and Marcello Mastroianni. The fountain was turned off and draped in black in honor of Mastroianni after the actor's death in 1996. Shirley MacLaine and Christopher Plummer recreate the La Dolce Vita scene in the 2014 film Elsa and Fred. The fountain is used for some scenes in the 1953 film Roman Holiday, starring Audrey Hepburn and Gregory Peck. The fountain is also featured in the 1963 film Gidget Goes to Rome and the 2003 The Lizzie McGuire Movie. Part of the fountain is replicated at the Italy Pavilion at Epcot in Walt Disney World, United States. The fountain itself is also a stage in Tekken Tag Tournament 2. In Season 2, Episode 5 of the anime Strike Witches, in an impromptu tour of Rome, Francesca Lucchini explains to her newfound friend Maria the significance and symbolism of Trevi Fountain. Curiosity. In 1973, Italian National Postal Service dedicated a postage stamp to Trevi Fountain.